there's no more room in hell, the dead will listen to Bloodfest, the podcast.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Hi. Welcome to Bloodfest, the podcast. I'm your host, Nate. Y'all know me, know how I earn a living. Now, tonight's very special episode is brought to you by our brand new sponsor, Oceangate. Oceangate. Do you have more money than brain cells? Have you always dreamed of being reduced to a red mist somewhere near the bottom of the sea? Well, here at Oceangate, we will spare literally every expense to make that happen for you. Oceangate, we'll make you dead down there. So, guys, Lydia, how are we doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing better than those billionaires down there. I'll tell you that.
pretty excited that they decided to sponsor us, though.
Right.
I actually think they said they'd take us on the next trip and we could record at the bottom of the ocean. I think that would be pretty fun.
Oh, sure.
I mean, Casey, you're under a lot of pressure, right?
I'm not imploded.
So, Joey, what are your thoughts on us recording an episode on the Oceangate sub once they get a new one up and running?
I can't breathe.
You bastard.
Okay, there we go. Much better.
Terrible.
Got my oxygen back.
Oh, you know, it's worth making fun of because it's funny when billionaires die.
You know, who would think more than 100 years later that the Titanic was still claiming the lives of billionaires?
Yeah, I know. I'm so happy. I'm proud. The Titanic's my boy.
Oh,
Damn
man,
right.
I bet James Cameron's really happy right now. He's always wanted to do a remake of the Titanic.
Well, we
He
know
finally got his
We know
chance.
Celine Dion's happy. She's
Oh, yeah.
back on the Billboard chart.
Yeah, Celine Dion's back on the Billboard charts, which honestly, that's the worst thing about this. We all have to hear Celine Dion again, and honestly, have we not suffered enough?
Right. You know Netflix is all over it too. They're probably coming up with their own
Oh, yeah.
documentary. They probably already got it thrown together and about to come out next week or something.
Oh, my God. If they do a doc and it's successful, you know what they're going to do next? Reality show. We're going to send random people to the bottom of the ocean and see if they die. If you win $500 and a new washing machine. Guys. So, for those of you who haven't been following the news, there was a little snafu with a submarine. So a bunch of tech bro libertarian douchebags decided that they could make money sending people on tourism trips down to see the wreck of the Titanic. And they cut every corner possible, and everyone who knew anything about submarines going to depth told them, no, don't do this, you can't do it. James Cameron, who we just mentioned, was on television saying, yeah, no, we told them don't do it. You're all going to fucking die. But they didn't listen to us. So anyway, that funny situation got us thinking about terrible things that happen underwater, and we decided to do a very special episode about aquatic horror. Now, I personally made a rule for myself, because when you say aquatic horror, the first movie that comes to mind, obviously, is Jaws, which is one of the greatest movies ever made. But I said right off the top, I'm not going to talk about Jaws in depth on this because I'm saving my thoughts for Jaws when we do a Jaws episode, which we're going to do. I don't care what anybody says. There's going to be a special Jaws episode eventually. So I thought if I'm not doing Jaws, then probably avoid shark movies for the most part. And why not, since we're talking about submariners here, talk about movies where at least most of the movie takes place underwater, you know, not people on boats on top of the water being attacked by sharks or what have you, but things that are actually underwater. And I came up with a few great aquatic horrors, or at least horror-adjacent films that I thought we could talk about. And then I thought you guys might throw out some of your own. The first one, which I just rewatched, I had not seen in years, is Leviathan. And I don't know if you all have seen Leviathan. but it stars Peter Weller of RoboCop and Naked Lunch fame, and it stars Winston Zeddemore. What the hell is Winston's name in Ghostbusters? What's his real name? Ernie Hudson.
Ernie
Ernie Hudson. And Hector Elizondo, and it's just a big cast. Oh, and Daniel Stern from
Yeah,
Home
Daniel
Alone.
Stern.
huh?
Home Alone.
From Home Alone,
City
and
Slickers.
City Slickers,
Love that.
and The Wonder Years. Did you know Daniel Stern was the star of The Wonder Years?
Yes.
Yeah,
He narrated the whole
Yeah,
thing.
he's
Yeah.
he's
I
the
forgot
main
about that.
character.
He
He's
did.
as
Yeah.
the grown up. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it is a film about a group of people on an underwater mining rig. So they are digging for silver under the ocean, and Peter Weller is a geologist who's been sent down to run the rig. Basically, why they put a geologist in charge of managing the rig, I don't know. The film actually kind of hangs a lantern on that by saying, I don't know why they thought I could do it. They're like, oh, this guy knows silver, so we'll put him in charge. And they dig too deep, and they hit maybe some kind of volcanic vent, which awakens creatures under the water that then attack their rig. So the creatures actually, it turns into sort of the Thing type situation. So someone gets attacked, gets back inside, they have a wound, and the creature kills them, but then like grows inside them and takes over their body and comes back to attack more people. And as people get attacked, they start to turn into creatures too. It's that kind of horror. So it's kind of it's got a definite Alien vibe going on. They're definitely ripping off Alien. Then they're moving into the Thing, and it has a great Jaws reference. So that, spoiler alert for a movie that's like 40 years old, and also probably you'll never see. But at the end, Peter Weller actually, after they get to the surface and they're trying to escape, he actually defeats the big monster by shooting an explosive flare into its mouth. And as he's taking his shot, he shouts, "Say aw, motherfucker."
Nice.
Yeah. It's like, well, we can't say smile, you son of a bitch. They've already
Right.
done that one.
Yep.
So what? Say aw, motherfucker. I almost fell over. So have you guys seen Leviathan?
I've seen
I
it
have.
years ago.
Such a
Yep.
great movie.
It is a great
I
movie,
loved
It's a
it.
great movie, yeah.
and it plays into something I like very much because
The water.
Yes, it plays into the water a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, how
Really loved
salty
the
it
ocean
is.
scene.
Yeah.
The ocean scene
Yeah.
was incredible.
There's actually so one of the guys drinks. So they find a sunken Russian ship, which is part of the problem. It's a whole thing. There's a joke. They find a bottle of water, and they're like, "Oh, the irony," and throw it away because they're surrounded by water. There's also some time where they're worried about, oh no, if the pressure drops in here, then the pressure outside will implode our entire place. And having seen that movie, I probably wouldn't have gotten on the Oceangate sub because it would have occurred to me that being at 30 atmospheres is probably bad. Anyway, it's a great movie. It's got some wonderful gory body horror, some good special effects. It has great performances. It's a wonderful cast. And as far as I can tell, it was like a big flop and nobody's seen it.
Yeah, I never even heard of it, honestly.
I know a lot
Yes,
of
yeah, I'm
people-
surprised.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
I know a
Yeah.
lot of people who've never heard of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, playing kind of in the same sandbox, a recent film from just about 3 years ago, Underwater, which stars Kristen Stewart and Vincent Cassel. Who you guys know Vincent Cassel?
I know the name.
Doesn't sound familiar to me.
He got really famous for the movie La Haine. It's a French film. Yeah, it's really good. Really good.
Yeah, I watched that.
You have? Yeah. What was your favorite part of La Haine?
Oh, I tell you, the end credits were just spectacular.
Yeah.
Like the whoever did the end credits just
It's about it's about racism and youth violence in France is what La Haine is about. And Vincent Cassel was
I already hate it.
it's a really
Sounds
good
great.
movie. I believe I have the Criterion Collection DVD of it. It's actually really, really good. Anyway,
Maybe.
So
DVD, what year is it?
I've had it for like 15 years. When DVD was the thing, it was the wave of the future. You know, some of y'all, Summer knows. I introduced her to DVD.
Yeah, yes.
Brought her over to Lydia. Lydia knows. I don't know what I called you that. Who's that? Who's that?
Mark Summer?
Took her over to my house to show her this brand new thing I got called a DVD player and how awesome it was. Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Right now, we need that animated GIF, the DVD.
on
GIF.
DVD.
Yeah.
Anyway, underwater. So it's about a big underwater station where they're drilling for oil, I guess. I don't think it ever says. And this movie starts with shit's going wrong. You start with Kristen Stewart, and she's brushing her teeth when she hears a noise, and all of a sudden there are warnings going off, and things are bah, bah, hull breach or whatever, and she's running to try to shut some bulkhead door, and she meets up with another guy, and he's like, we got to shut the door, and they shut the door, and parts of the station are collapsing in on itself. Because when you're at 30 atmospheres of pressure, even the tiniest little dent in the thing you're in can cause it to just implode and turn you into a fine red mist. So, again, having seen this movie, I probably would not have taken that trip on the Oceangate sub, even if it didn't cost $250,000.
You know, I've been seeing a lot of this lately. Everybody and their mother coming out saying, oh yeah, I was offered a spot. I could have been on that. And it's like,
Right.
Are you talking
Like
about Mr.
everybody.
Beast? Mr. Beast?
not only
Yeah.
him, but
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah.
Like, so everybody and their mother just had an invite to be on that one specific expedition.
Well, I did.
And it just amazes me, you know. Yeah, you're poking fun at it and everything, but it's almost like anytime there's anything tragic that happens, you always have the fucking assholes that want to put themselves into that and make it about them.
Yeah, it's my thing. I want that to be my thing.
They want to jump on that bandwagon to make it about them. And for what? What reason?
Yeah, what do you
So-
gain out of that?
Why
So-
do you have to be
so
the
this-
asshole to make everything about yourself?
Yeah, so this Oceangate thing was a major tragedy, and trying to jump in the middle of it in order to get attention is something that we would never do. So anyway, let me tell you this other joke about the Oceangate sub that I came up with.
You know,
Anyway, though, here's the deal, though. We're going to make fun of them
well,
because
and that's what I was getting ready to say. There's a difference. We're talking about we're basing this episode that's kind of relevant to that situation. But you have these assholes
Oh, I
that are just
know.
that could have been me. Send me sympathy.
yeah, I specifically Mr. Beast.
What a dick.
Hey, we are 100%. We are going to hashtag this. Fuck Mr. Beast.
Fuck
So
Mr.
that's
Beast.
Fuck Mr.
What-
Beast.
what an
That's our
asshole.
hashtag.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
he's
shit.
not the only. There's
Yeah.
other assholes.
That's gonna get us a skyrocket.
Yoo-hoo! Fuck
Just
Mr.
put Mr.
Beast.
Beast in the hashtag.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah, Mr. Beast.
But yeah, Mr. Beast,
Mr. Beast.
you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
It's not about you.
Yeah.
There's families of these people who are suffering, truly suffering. You know, fathers that's not coming home to their kids, and you got to be the asshole to make it about you. And for what? Suck my dick,
Fame for fame.
Yeah.
For fame
asshole.
and fortune. And
There we
like,
go. We're gonna get banned off of YouTube now.
oh, I hope we get banged.
That's
Yeah.
my
Hey,
Hey,
you
you know,
too.
if the great Floyd Kaufman could get a ban
Yeah,
on
Lloyd
YouTube,
Kaufman got. Okay. This is
Yeah, that's a
important.
good.
Yeah, they took down fucking Trauma
Yep.
with 0 warnings.
Hashtag YouTube.
Yep.
Fuck you too.
Yep, fuck YouTube. That's a hashtag too. Okay, we were talking about this movie. So Kristen Stewart,
Anyways, back on track.
in her underwear, looking incredibly yummy, is she? So this will sound familiar. So they drilled too deep, and something has attacked their station, and a big chunk of the station is actually just imploded. And we start right there. I mean, there's like no introduction. It's like, here's Kristen Stewart brushing her teeth. Oh, what's that noise? Oh fuck, we're gonna run. It's like a Mad Max Fury Road. Like you get like 2 minutes of, oh hey, here's someone. What's going? Oh, now it's a nonstop race. That's what it is. What's that? So anyway. She meets up with other people, Vincent Cassell, who is the captain, And so they have a plan. There is another drilling station 2 miles away, which doesn't sound that far, but they're at the bottom of the ocean, so it's probably pretty tough to walk it. And they're going to walk it. So the plan is they're going to go to one spot where they can get into their suits, their special suits, and then from there they walk so far, and there's like some kind of station thingy they can get into where they can like fix up their suits, recharge them, get some rest for a minute, and then walk another 1.5 miles or whatever to where the thing is, and hopefully there'll be pods so they can escape to the surface. And so the whole thing is just action, action, action. We get to see a person in their suit, but they don't know that there's a tiny little crack in their face mask. So when they open up the doors to go outside and the water pressure changes, and he goes, phoom, and he's just a red mist. So if you enjoy that scene and seeing what it's like having someone turned into a red mist at the bottom of the ocean, remember to give us a call here at Oceangate. Oceangate, we'll turn you into a red mist at the bottom of the ocean. So I don't know if any of you guys have seen this. So Casey said that you had seen it, but it's been like 3 years.
Yeah, I saw it when it came out. I don't remember a lot about it. I do remember liking it though.
It's very good, and it leans heavily into Lovecraftian horror. The creatures that come out are not like squid or fish or something. There are lots of little ones that get you, but the big one, the mama, is an elder god of some sort. That's like the only way to describe her, and it's pretty fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie, we get quite a bit of Kristen Stewart in her underwear, which I'm a big fan of. If you've ever seen her in The Clouds of Sils Maria, similar vibe, Kristen Stewart's ass in a thong, so worth the
she's
costume.
come a long way since the Twilight days, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
I mean, her acting too, not
not just her ass.
Around in underwear.
Yeah, not
she
just her
always
ass.
kind of reminded me of a very young. Oh God, I'm going to get so much shit for this because I always butcher her fucking name.
Lily Sobieski.
A young Neve Campbell.
Oh, okay.
How bad did I butcher it,
guys?
It's Neve Campbell, right?
It's Neve Campbell.
Neve.
Thank you. And the judges say you fucked it into a cocked hat. Yay! So, Underwater, definitely, actually better than Leviathan, although I suggest both. Now, when I was outlining this episode, I put Deep Star 6 on there, and I meant to do a rewatch of Deep Star 6 because I haven't seen it in probably 20 years, and I never did. So I know that Deep Star 6 is a similar thing. They're underwater. Something attacks them. God, I don't remember what. I feel like the cast was really good in it. So
I remember Greg Evigan was in Deep Star 6.
Really? Greg Evigan?
Yeah, Greg Evigan. I'm pretty sure was in.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Nancy Everhard, Matt McCoy, Miguel Ferrer. There we go. Nia Peoples, Taurine Black. I don't know that name, but his face is familiar. Who else we got here? We got anybody else in here? I don't know them. Ilya Baskin. Ilya Baskin is in it. Ilya Baskin was in Moscow on the Hudson, which is an underrated Robin Williams film. I'm just saying. I mean,
I've not heard of that.
So anyway, Deep Star 6, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. What do we think of it?
Fantastic.
I can't remember.
I don't think I've
I
seen
just
that
remember him, Greg Evigan, being in it, but I don't remember a lot about it.
Yeah, is Greg Evigan
couldn't have
still
been that
alive?
good.
I definitely give it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5, yeah. Because it's underwater and people die, so that's
always
stuff.
amazing.
We are in favor of people dying underwater, honestly.
We highly encourage death, at least once.
Now, I'm going to say that the next film that I put on our list here is not a horror film, but it definitely has some horrific moments in it. And that is, it's a little indie film. It was made by some director. I don't know if he did anything after them. It's, what was his name? James Cameron. His movie is called The Abyss. little low budget affair. So
Yeah, very low.
You guys ever seen it?
Oh yeah, that's my favorite
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really your favorite?
It really is one of my favorites.
Okay.
I don't know. It was, like,
Theatrical or director's cut?
I don't even know if I've seen the director's cut.
Yeah, what's the
I
difference?
remember watching
30 minutes?
it at my dad's house. He had the VHS. That's, way back there. But I would watch it every weekend, so I loved it. I just thought it was fun.
So I'm a big fan of The Abyss because the writing is actually good. I know it's James Cameron. Why am I saying that? But it is. It actually is. It does he has a knack for not telling you the relationships between people, but just revealing them through action as much as dialogue that I really like. There's a scene where the one lady who's driving the rig, the underwater sub thing, and she's clearly like, if she weren't doing this, she'd be driving an 18-wheeler. She's a trucker, right? She's got the cowboy hat.
She wears the cowboy hat, the overalls, yes.
And there's a scene where she's playing some music in her thing and singing along, and they hear her on the radio, and everybody starts singing with her. And two things. One, she's played this fucking song a whole bunch of times. And two, they're all buddies. They get along really well. And you get that from that. So it's really good. It's something like in Underwater, a great bit of writing in Underwater. So in Underwater, we're never told like how big that station is or how many people are on it. We don't get any exposition, really. We never see the entire station. By the time the movie starts, it's already coming apart. But we know that it's big and that there are a lot of people on it because
that's what she said.
That's good.
Okay.
I love when I can leave Nate speechless.
Because she meets a guy at the very beginning. The first guy she runs into, they start doing stuff, and she looks at him. She's like, Rodrigo, right? And he's like, yeah, I normally work the night shift. Okay, if there were only 15 people on this thing, everybody'd know everybody. Well, so that there's someone who works there with her that she thinks she knows his name, she's not sure. That tells you there's a lot of people and it's a big area, right? And that's in writing we say show, don't tell. And that's a case of that. So anyway, The Abyss. It's got good writing. It had groundbreaking effects at the time. So repurposing the Terminator 2 liquid metal stuff for alien shit. And also it's incredibly terrifying when Ed Harris gets into that suit that you have to breathe liquid. So you basically drown and die real quick, but then you're fine.
But then you start breathing on your own. And liquid. That was a real thing, wasn't it?
I had no idea. I know I had a panic attack in the theater.
I know. That part I hated. I don't like that drowning or claustrophobia. Those two I'm not really into.
I'm okay. I can go into like a small spot. Put me in a box. It's fine. But no, don't be putting water in my lungs.
Yeah.
So what if we were to put you in a small box and then drop you 12,600 feet to the bottom of the ocean?
Okay. So here's the question though. Before the water gets in and I start to drown, will the entire thing implode and turn me into a fine red mist? Because I'm okay with that.
Definitely.
As long as I don't drown, I'm good.
Isn't that what they did to Osama bin Laden? Pretty much they killed him and then dumped him into the ocean.
Well, yeah, but they didn't take him to the bottom of the ocean. They buried him at sea.
I don't remember that. I'm sure I heard that.
Yeah. It was actually meant to be respectful of the religion thing, of his religion thing. I don't know why. I'd have to go look up why. If we have any Muslim listeners, if they could tell us if that actually is, if burial at sea is considered a very
I'm sure we have
thing.
so many Muslim listeners.
I know we have at least one. So I'm just saying, maybe you could write in and tell us. But yeah, they did. They dumped him.
What's the address they write into?
That would be Bloodfest the podcast at Gmail. Hold on.
So you're not talking snail mail.
No. Who the hell writes letters?
Is that even a thing? Okay, where is it? Hold on.
And you can pay with cash on delivery.
COD. It is bloodfestpodcast@gmail.com. Bloodfestpodcast@gmail.com. You don't have to send us an email about that. Send us an email about anything. Send us nude photos, right? I mean, it's cool. It's cool.
Send Joey fan letters.
Yep.
Yeah. Joey's fan letters always include nude photos.
I love them.
Micro penises mostly.
God loves micro penises.
Yeah. So anyway, Summer.
Yes.
Lydia.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Okay. All right. Okay. You know what? I've said your name wrong twice. We got to start over. Okay.
No.
So give me a count. 3, 2, 1. Hello. I'm your host, Nate. Y'all know me. Know how I earn a living. Shit.
How can you
Anyway, how do I earn a living? By killing sharks. That's Quint from Jaws. I say the line from Jaws every time. When Larry Fessenden was here, he mentioned it because he loved it.
I didn't even notice. I don't remember that line.
Yeah. It's when he scrapes his fingernails down the blackboard and everybody turns and looks. And he starts his whole rant about how he's the guy that'll get the shark, but he ain't doing it cheap. For that, you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or-
So anyway, Lydia, tell us,
Yeah.
give us the rundown on The Abyss. What the hell is this movie about?
Okay, so The Abyss starts out with a Russian, I believe it was a Russian submarine, gets lost underwater. And so the military decides to basically take over this oil rig that's underwater. And they bring the woman that designed that rig with them. And it kind of reveals a little bit later on that she's actually married to one of the guys that runs the oil rig, which
Ed
is
Harris.
character. And nobody likes her. So there's a lot of tension there and all that. And they're trying to help the military find out what happened to this Russian submarine. And they have some like weird stuff happen. And they're trying to figure out
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris, yeah. There you go. There's Ed Harris. I love Ed Harris.
Ed Harris dancing. Best thing
Yes,
ever.
and Creep Show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically the military is trying to take over the oil rig. They don't like it. And they end up basically finding aliens at the bottom of this abyss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Aliens at the bottom of the abyss.
Yep.
No. So the version that you love, so does it end with like a giant tidal wave that then stops?
I'm trying to remember. I
See,
don't think so. No, I think it's where the big
the one I
ship
Okay.
raises all of them up, and it just stops there at the top of the water.
Okay. So the
That's
director's
one
cut.
I've seen.
The director's cut, like there's giant tidal waves coming to like kill everybody, but then the aliens are like, "Oh no, Ed Harris dances really cool,"
Right,
and the tidal waves just stop. Yeah. So I went and saw that movie theatrically, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was mid on it. I was kind of mixed. You know, it's like there's good stuff here, but I don't know if it knows where it's going. And then when it came out on home video, I thought, well, I'll give this another shot. And so I rented it, and it was a pan and scan. And honestly, that it did not play at all. And I came out of that viewing thinking this movie's terrible. And then they released the director's cut on a letterboxed VHS. So it was framed properly, and there's, more to it. And I came out of that going, this movie's actually really good, except for the ending is amazingly stupid, because the director's cut ending is amazingly stupid. But, you've got Ed Harris. What are you going to do? You can't go wrong with
You got Ed Harris. You
Yeah.
got Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio that plays his wife.
Thank you. I've been not saying her name specifically because I will butcher the fuck out of her name.
Excuse me, COVID.
Mary Elizabeth masturbating Tony? I don't know.
Close enough.
Come on, that was at least Joey's got to laugh at that.
You said
so, guys, what are some aquatic horror movies that you guys find close to your heart?
Free Willy, such a great movie.
When you there's a million ways you could go with that, because when we're talking about movies like this, they're a little different than things like Jaws.
Yes.
Or The Shallows, or because those are more like shark movies on top of the water. But there's a lot of those.
Piranha.
Yeah,
Piranha's great. Piranha 2, The Spawning.
This wouldn't maybe necessarily be classified as a horror movie, but I mean, it's still kind of scary in a way. But I love the original Poseidon with Gene Hackman in it.
Poseidon Adventure. Oh my God, yes. Hackman is the preacher who's angry at God. Yeah. I love everything about that movie. Yeah,
it's The Hunt for Red October.
Not horror.
That's not
horror,
but
horror.
It's not
that
horror.
Is aquatic.
I mean,
aquatic.
To some people, anything underwater in the ocean is horror.
Yeah.
It depends on your phobia.
That horror.
I mean, people die along the way. It's just
there's
spectacular about how they die.
I can't remember who made this claim, but I've always considered it correct. All movies that take place in space are horror movies.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's probably the same for anything underwater.
Yeah, I would agree more so on the underwater. The space is still scary too, though.
Space is way scarier than underwater.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know about
that.
Yeah, underwater. I mean, just the idea of something happening and drowning. Oh my God.
Yeah, in space, just the idea of like your eyes exploding as you. Yeah. Horrible things happen in a vacuum.
Either way, there's a possibility you're not going to be breathing.
Yeah. So I'm much better with like so I don't want to go into space and I don't want to be deep underwater. So volcanoes, just drop me in a volcano. That would be fun.
Yeah, you'd probably die pretty quick.
Yeah. I don't think you'd ever actually hit the lava. I think you'd
right.
The heat would get you before you got there. Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of that reminds me. There was a story the other day of I can't remember if it was a guy or a lady who had jumped into one of the like those what are those things called? Those steaming hot things at Yellowstone.
Geysers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then it just from what I was reading, that's happened quite a few times over the years.
What the hell?
And one guy jumped in to save his dog.
Okay, I could see because you're not thinking, and the dog goes, and you go. I could see that. Yeah. I mean,
basically, it just melts their skin off.
Yeah, that would be pretty horrible. Yeah. Did you hear about that teenager that jumped off a cruise ship?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was a dare.
All over.
Another kid dared him, so he did.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if they've recovered the body.
I thought
probably not.
Yeah.
That'd be hard to do.
Yeah.
What? Maybe it was another one I read where somebody did that and they survived.
Yeah.
This guy did not. What?
There's been two recent cases. The one you're talking about is the 18-year-old. It was like a high school trip or something. Graduation trip. Yeah. And they were all drinking and stuff, and he was dared to jump off. And there was a lot of speculation because it was all over TikTok. There was people circling. They're like, "Hey, this is a shark," and then other people were like, "No, that's a wake off the boat."
Yeah.
I was on the wake crowd. I don't think it was a shark, but they said that there was multiple sharks just ready to eat him right when he jumped off. But you can see him go all the way out of the frame as the video ends. So he wasn't taken under by a shark.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So sharks actually attacking people is very rare. You're much more likely to be killed by a cow than a shark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. That's horrific, though. I don't want to be in the ocean at all. And I'm going to say, they were drinking, and he got dared, and he jumped off. I've been on a cruise ship, and I've been stoned off my ass on a cruise ship, and I don't care how many dares, I wasn't jumping off that thing. Once I was stoned, I didn't even get over close to the railing because I didn't want to fall.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Not in the middle of the night. It was pitch dark out. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, when you're on a cruise ship, just look for the teenagers. They have the weed.
No.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That's what you do. So we spent a little time talking about the whole Oceangate thing and getting turned into a fine red mist at the bottom of the ocean. But we haven't talked about what that really is. And what it is it's an incredibly funny and also dumb way to die. So, guys, what are some other dumb ways to die?
I compiled a list here.
Okay.
I got 3.
Okay.
All right.
So these are not from any movie specific. This is just in general.
Okay.
Starving to death in a supermarket. You would have to be a dumbass.
You would have to be pretty dumb, yeah.
Dying.
Well, he's a vegan. The guy's a vegan. All the vegan food was gone.
Dying of a heat stroke in the Arctic.
So actually, I think that's happened.
And this may be my favorite. Getting your face caught in an egg beater.
I don't think you could die from that.
Now we're going to jump from those to... And God, I wish Josh was here with us tonight.
I know, that son of a bitch.
Him and I love this movie.
Okay.
A movie came out a long time ago, well, years ago, called The Other Guys, and it has Samuel L. Jackson and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where, so Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the name, he played a character called Danson, and Samuel L. Jackson was Highsmith, and they are cops in this movie, and they're chasing a suspect up on this very tall building. Well, the suspect zip lines down to the ground, cuts the zip line. So what does Danson and Highsmith do? They jump off the building to their death.
They jump off the building because the guy... So explain that again, real quick. The dude zip lines, and they just follow him?
They just follow him.
And that's it?
Well,
they just jump off for fun?
So the guy zip lines, the suspect zip lines down to the ground safely. He's safe. He zip lines. Then he cuts the zip line. So the only alternative is for the cops chasing him, they jump off the building and they die.
Could they not have just let him get away? That's pretty fucking dumb. Okay.
That's not how it goes in the movie. They jump off the building.
So I was actually I was Googling like the dumbest movie deaths, and that one in particular is number 13 on this list, and it says believing your own hype enough that you can leap off of a building into some bushes and walk away fine.
Yep.
Okay.
And Josh, we both seen this movie, and Josh loves it. I wish he could be here. Rest in peace, Josh.
Rest in peace, Josh.
In all seriousness, I hope he gets the STDs cleared up. I know that's
I mean it's pretty bad. Did he show you that stuff that's coming out of his wiener? I mean,
that was pretty bad.
Oh my God!
Pretty gnarly.
It melted the carpet.
It was pretty gnarly. But anyway, that was my list of non-movie related dumb ways to die.
Actually, he got some of it on a submarine that he went to look at, and there's talk that it might have.
That's never. That's never good.
I'm sorry.
That Jason Takes Manhattan.
Oh God, I love that movie.
The boxing match, that one dude tries to like box him.
Yeah.
He gets his head just knocked off.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Taking soda can to the balls in Maximum Overdrive.
Yes. I still
there you go.
Well, so much cocaine. Call back to an earlier episode.
Ultimate frisbee to the neck in Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
That doesn't even sound great.
A frisbee in the neck? I don't.
Does it like decapitate him?
No, it doesn't decapitate him. It looks like in the screenshot, it's just like halfway in his neck.
Oh, okay.
Either way,
Stephen King's Tommy Knockers. I've never seen that or heard of that.
I read the book. I did not see so it was a mini series, and I never actually saw the mini series. I read the book. It's a lady unearths a spaceship that's buried out in the woods, and then the thing in the spaceship like takes her over slowly, and then starts to take over the town and everything. So it's fun. So what's the death in it?
It's an exploding soda machine. So it says this one is dumber than the Maximum Overdrive because it relies on a random machine in town being booby-trapped in the hopes that someone will reach in and get their hand trapped before the machine finally explodes. And what luck, this exact situation happens.
Of course it does.
Basketball to the face and Deadly Friend. I remember that.
Oh, Deadly Friend. Yes, good one. Yeah. That's a good one.
We talked about this one too. Jack Frost raped by a snowman in a hot bath.
Oh my God, that is so good. Oh, that's so
such
fucked up.
a great movie.
I've never heard of McBain. It's a Christopher Walken.
Really?
Christopher Walken's Magic Bullet.
Okay. Like, so it goes in somebody's head and back and to the left and back and to the left. And...
Yeah, he pulls out a pistol and fires at a jet, killing the pilot.
Okay.
This requires the bullet to travel through both aircraft windows without breaking them and hitting the pilot in the head without breaking his helmet, not to mention the physics being violated here. And then, we talked about this one too. Number 1, Tucker and Dale versus Evil, the wood chipper.
No, he hooked himself into the wood chipper.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the best ever. Well, I love the guy who impales himself running with the bees.
Oh,
he must have been allergic to bees or something. Lydia,
that was great.
What dumb way are you gonna die?
Oh, well, I can tell you exactly how I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna,
Gigolo.
come in and find someone that's got a knife in their hand. I'm gonna say, "What are you gonna do? Stab me to death?" And that's exactly
what are you gonna do? Stab me?
That's it.
I still want to know about the cheeseburger stabbing.
What is that?
Have you not seen that? It's
there's been so many stupid deaths, murders over.
It's on a screenshot of like a local news, and their little chyron says cheeseburger stabbing. And I want to know, was someone stabbed over a cheeseburger? Did someone stab a cheeseburger? Was someone stabbed with a cheeseburger? I don't
know. One movie I didn't bring up was it's called Aqua Slash, and I highly recommend it. It's about a killer water slide.
Okay, I would watch that.
Yeah, it's freaking hilarious. Like
that is
this group of like college kids or something are like partying at this aquatic theme park or something, and there's this slide they go down, and these like blades like come out of the slide at some point and like cut them in half and stuff, and they just keep like it's just
going
lines.
Down the slide.
There's lines of them just going down the slide, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. It is ridiculous. It's fun though. It's a good watch.
Yeah. Okay. Does anybody else have more dumb deaths?
There was the female doctor. She was very smart. This is a real death.
No.
And she got really drunk one night with her friends, and so she went over to her boyfriend's house, and he saw her getting out of her car, and he slips out the back door. So, because he didn't want to put up with her, I guess they were fighting a lot.
Yeah. I heard she was kind of a bitch.
Yeah, something like that. So he goes to her friends and he stays the night there, and the next day they can't find her anywhere, and they finally, throw a search party. Turns out, because she could not get into his house because he locked it up, she tried to crawl in the chimney and got stuck.
Oh!
And screamed and kept screaming, which would, make her chest not constrict, where she would slide farther and farther and farther down till she couldn't breathe.
Awesome.
That's a dumb way to die. I'm sorry.
Awesome. I'm in favor of dying in chimneys. Because you're up there and nobody will know. So then it's like a little surprise package for later once the smell gets to you, and you're like, oh, must be a dead squirrel up there. Better call the chimney dude. Call the chimney sweep. They can look at it. And
surprise.
Are chimney sweeps still a thing?
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably, maybe not here. Maybe in Europe or something.
I 100% think chimney sweep sounds like a double entendre. She needs a little help from the chimney sweep. Yeah. I'm just saying. Okay, so that segment was not at all what I thought it was going to be. But this next segment is something very, very special that Joey's had planned for a long time. So take it away, Joey.
This is a new segment titled Filming Locations, Then and Now. Did you guys know that in Return of the Living Dead that the cemetery was actually not a real cemetery, but rather a set?
I always assumed it was a real cemetery.
It was a set that was built by the filmmakers using props to create the tombstone. And was that gunshots or fire?
That was a gunshot!
But this is the actual filming location of the cemetery when they shot Return of the Living Dead. But now it's actually a neighborhood that they have been built since then.
See, I wouldn't live there because I would bet that the goo is still soaked into the ground there.
It's still there.
I mean, yeah, corpses could climb up at any time.
It's going to be like Return of the Living Poltergeist.
Yes.
Awesome. So, actually, there's something utterly fascinating about that movie.
What's that?
Did you know that Linnea Quigley, who played Trash, actually has latex over her crotch in the nude scenes?
I did not know that.
Yeah, so she's totally nude, and when someone from the studio saw that she had no pubic hair, that she had shaved her area, they were like, well, you can't show her. We will get an X rating with that. So they actually had to cover her vulva with plastic in order to get the R rating.
Oh.
So you're not seeing as much Linnea as you think.
That's rather interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so I masturbated so many times to what turns out to be a piece of latex. like all of junior high. So, Lydia, how many times did you masturbate to Linnea Quigley in Return of the Living Dead?
At least a dozen.
13.
13. Perfect.
Baker's dozen.
Baker's dozen.
Baker's dozen.
I'm proud of you, lady. I'm proud of you. So it will seem like we have some idea what we're doing and we plan ahead. We've added a whole new segment that we're going to do every week just to make you people at home happy. And it's called Horror News! News about horror. So, this week in horror news, we're going to bring up a few important stories. But first, we want to tell you about a little thing called The Devil's Left Hand. So The Devil's Left Hand is an upcoming movie written and directed by friend of the show, Harley Wallen. Also produced by Harley and my friend Joseph Williamson. It's going to be released on demand on July 1st. Wait. It's not upcoming.
It's in the past.
Yesterday. So it was released yesterday, so you motherfuckers can go and rent this right now. So The Devil's Left Hand is a story of a demonic entity that breaches a medium at a young couple's housewarming party, wreaking havoc and terrifying the attendees. After the party, the entity begins to stalk the guests. They attempt to fight back, but don't know who they can trust, as the demon can shapeshift and appear to be anyone. The stakes grow higher when the demon begins killing them off one by one. So I think we've got the trailer for that, don't we, Joey?
Roll that beautiful footage.
Roll.
She is here.
Things are about to get interesting.
Can we talk to family members? We could do a seance.
I'm honestly not a big fan of this kind of thing.
Spirit, oh spirit, who are here to see family and friends. Anyone else a daddy? Hey, that's you.
Shh.
Your father, was he a bad man?
You could say that. He tried to kill my mom and me. One night when he was strangling her, I shot him with his own gun. She's been in a mental institution ever since.
It'll be different this time.
What was that?
Something pushed through.
Like a spirit?
What was that?
This didn't just happen to Richie. This happened to all of us.
You're all gonna die!
Whatever it was stronger than anything I've ever felt before.
He is him! Him is he!
I think I know who it is.
Trust me when I say this. His soul is up for grabs.
His name is...
Oh my God!
Agramon.
You alright? Look like you've seen a ghost.
So I'm looking at... Okay, Yeah,
I'm a little confused here.
Yeah, because that trailer looks like Harley's film Agramon's Gate, which we have all seen. So I'm doing a quick little look up here to see if maybe what's going on.
Yeah, that's the video
If you
Harley
look on
himself
IMDb
posted.
for Agramon's Gate, that is the same trailer we just watched.
Yeah. Weird. Okay. Well, we will get to the bottom of that, and we'll have an update later. Maybe we've been lied to. I don't know. Maybe it's a new version and it's been retitled.
Maybe.
I mean, that's what I'm guessing. He must have redone it.
Yeah. Something. Well, this is a better title. As much as I like that movie, I was never a big fan of the title.
And it's shorter too. It's shorter by 12 minutes.
Oh, is it? Okay, so maybe, okay. So maybe this is a sort of a direct. We'll find out. I'll reach out to Harley.
We'll reach out. We'll get answers.
Reach out and we'll get answers on this. So
in fact, we'll work. We'll get him back on.
Yeah, we'll get him back on the show and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, here before too long.
Yeah, 100%. Because, like we said, he's friend of the show. So also, and this one, I have no idea what it is, but we want to talk about a little movie that's also upcoming. Not coming out until late August, I believe. It's a movie called The Dive, and this one should go along with tonight's theme. So it's written by Maximilian Erlenwine and Joachim Hedin, directed by Maximilian Erlenwine. It stars Louisa Krause and Sophie Lowe, coming out in August. Two sisters go diving at a beautiful remote location. One of the sisters is struck by a rock, leaving her trapped 28 meters below. With dangerously low levels of oxygen and cold temperatures, it's up to her sister to fight for her life. You've got the trailer ready?
Roll that footage.
Roll that underwater footage.
It's pretty steep.
That's all right.
I still get a bit nervous every time.
Nervous is good. Excitement's a good thing.
May?
What's wrong?
Do you hear this?
Ah! I'm stuck. Oh my God. We gotta lift the rock. Stop! This is not working.
You have to go to the surface and call for help.
May, what?
Listen, you have to be back within 20 minutes. Just stay calm. The calmer you are, the less air you use. The calmer you are, the less air you use. Calm. Don't think.
I'm almost out of there.
Don't think.
I'm gonna need more time.
Don't think.
So while that trailer was playing, it looks very cool, by the way, and goes with our thing. We were talking in the background here, and Casey and I, both fans of open water, we both saw that film for the first time on a PSP, which I think is hilarious. And now I want to see if I can find my PSP and if I still have any of my movies for it. I had like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, and I had open water, and I don't know, I had probably 8 or 10 others.
I've got my PSP. I don't have it in this room, but I actually have it in the family room. It's actually sitting on a charger. But I sadly got rid of all my UMDs from it.
Really?
I sold them off. Yeah, because it was back when it was hacked open, so you could just throw whatever you wanted on it. Yeah. Which I do have like some 512 gig micro SD in there, just loaded with crap on it. Oh yeah. But I ended up getting rid of all the physical media for it.
Yeah, see, I think I you know what? I might start collecting that shit. I think that'd be fun to have in my collection.
It would be fun.
Yeah. What was the thing? The one that came after the PSP. What was the next thing?
The Vita, which I
the Vita. I never got one of those. I never did.
Yeah, one thing cool with the Vita, they ended up also hacking it open, and you can actually completely emulate the PSP on it. So you can actually,
really?
I've got mine set to where I can boot to the PSP OS
Nice.
and play all the PSP stuff on it.
So my favorite game on the PSP has to be Vice City Stories. I thought that was fun, and Liberty City Stories. That one was really good too. Yeah, there was a zombie game that I played where the infection spreads and you're trying to kill the zombies.
I remember that.
So,
I played a ton of different PSP games.
I
can't remember all of them.
I had a World Series of Poker was good on there.
Oh yeah, World Series of Poker.
Yeah, I wanted.
There's an online version of that game.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love playing poker. There was what's his name? One of the famous poker players, and I'm blanking on his name, but they used to call him Kid Poker. I can't think of his real name. But he had a game called Stacked that was on the PSP. That was a poker game that was really fun. Yeah. So we're talking about the horror news, and the big shit going on this week are the sales. All of the boutiques are having big sales. Now I know Severin, I pre-ordered the last horror film, which sometimes gets called Maniac 2, which I think is a fun choice, and also Nightmare, often called Nightmare in a Damaged Brain. Did you guys pick up anything on that Severin sale?
Yeah, I picked up more than I wanted to. So I ended up getting Nightmare, the last horror film, Bad Biology. We talked about that last week. I actually watched that streaming. I can't remember what it was. I watched it on like a week ago, like right after our podcast.
Yeah.
And I loved it. It's goofy as hell, but it was good.
It's hand water, baby.
Yeah. So I had to have that. And then, of course, I like the sleaze stuff, so I got the Inconfessable Orgies of Emmanuel and the Sexual Story of O.
Yeah.
And then I ended up buying a bunch of older Jess Franco sleaze as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Franco
Sex is
stuff.
Crazy, Macumba Sexual.
See, I can't because of that title.
Yeah?
That title is terrible.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Mansion of the Living Dead, I really enjoyed that one. I've seen that one before.
I can't remember if I have that one or not.
And then I did get Day of the Animals with slipcover, and then also the Crocodile 1 and 2 collection.
Yeah. So I am trying to not spend as much money on movies right now. So I got the two I most wanted, and I might later go back for Bad Biology and maybe The Psychic. I have not seen The Psychic. I love Fulci, and I always want Fulci, but I have seen so much bad about that movie. I mean,
it's so boring.
Yeah,
it's so
like
boring.
Not...
I watched like 45 minutes of it, and I just
it's
so bad. I think.
Then of course, Vinegar Syndrome. It's subscriber week or whatever they call it.
Whole week. Yep.
So I'm pretty excited. We're getting new sale titles each day. The first day I picked up. What two did I pick up? I can't remember which two I decided to grab. Were cheap. I picked up, so on partner labels, I grabbed Outwaters. That was the one I wanted most, and I think it's already sold out. I think it went fast.
It was the first one to go, I believe.
Yeah, and then on the sale today, they had some box sets up there, and I thought pretty hard about that Camille Keaton set, but I just don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna get it.
I don't think you. Yeah, you don't need it. Like it's one that I could like probably get rid of and not care, but I really like Camille Keaton, so I like just for her.
And I thought about Six String Samurai, even though I know I'm not going to enjoy the movie, but those fucking Ultimate box sets are so pretty on the shelf.
Yeah.
So I kind of want them all.
Well, yeah, that one, I guess that is one of the VSUs, isn't it?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I was thinking it was a VSA. Yeah, the only one that I picked up that was new, and I just picked it up today, was Saturn's Core, the Tortured Soul trilogy.
Yeah.
I kept looking at it, and I'm kind of getting into SOV stuff, and there's only 2 left right now.
Oh, really? Well, I guess I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I grabbed it when there was like 43 left. It's going to be my first Saturn's Core pickup. I've watched a lot of Terror Visions, shot on video stuff, and have enjoyed almost all of it. So I have some hope that I'll like this.
So I have some stuff from Visual Vengeance, which is all SOV stuff. So I've got Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder in Hell. And
that's awesome.
It's a lot of fun. It really is. It's hard to look at. The video quality is bad, but it's a lot of fun. And what was the other oh, the Necrophiles. I have that one. I think I've got something else from them. But honestly, I don't get deep into the SOV stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to go deep into it because I know I'd get lost in it because I know there's a ton of it out there, and it's just going to keep. I think with TerraVision and Culture Shock also, they have quite a bit of SOV stuff, and they just announced that they're breaking off from Vinegar Syndrome because they're now a part label.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you they're going to be doing kind of the same thing TerraVision's doing. They're probably going to end up having their own subscription and start pumping up their numbers on what they release. So that sucks and is cool at the same time that we're going to get more, but it's going to be.
I would never subscribe to something like that. I know you did the TerraVision. I wouldn't because I'm just gonna pick and choose. I've purchased 2 things from TerraVision. I got that Cube remake, which is sitting at home waiting for me to watch maybe tonight.
I watched it.
And I grabbed the Linnea Quigley's horror workout because gotta have it. Gotta have it.
So yeah, so I made a YouTube video like a week ago when I got my latest TerraVision package because I was bummed that all 3 films were foreign films. They're foreign audio, which I don't have anything against foreign films. I'm kind of getting tired of having to read subtitles all the time. But I sat and watched Welcome to Hell and Cube so far, and I absolutely loved both of them.
So have you watched Shregalia?
I need to. Okay. I meant to watch that yesterday, and I completely forgot.
Okay.
But that one looks awesome.
I'm curious. I want to hear what you think of it because I might pick it up. What the fuck did I get on the sale? That's gonna drive me nuts now. Where's my goddamn?
Yeah, I got more stuff too. Like I picked up that Umbrella release of Shame. So it's about basically this girl on a bike. It's an Aussie film, like an exploitation. She shows up on a bike in this, outback town, and basically discovers that the town is just a bunch of masochists, just down on the women there.
Yeah.
Just treating them like utter shit.
Yeah.
Especially this one girl, this young girl, and it's heartbreaking. It's really good. It's a really good movie though.
Yeah, that looks like a hard watch. I ordered Sugar Cookies and The Laughing Dead. Those were the 2 daily sale ones.
The Laughing Dead. I did pick that up too.
Yeah, Laughing Dead looks really fun. And Sugar Cookies, I've gone past like 100 times and never even read the description. I finally clicked on the description and went, oh, Lloyd Kaufman. Friend of the show, Lloyd Kaufman. So I ordered it.
Yeah, I briefly thought about the Cardona collection, but because it's $20, and I've seen Cyclone and Triangle before, but I don't remember much about them. But I think a lot of people didn't like this set because it has a lot of real animal cruelty in it.
Oh yeah, that's a problem. Yeah. Okay, that's why I'm not getting that one.
Yeah, and then I know they announced that they're releasing another Cardona film called Beaks.
Oh yeah, Beaks looks interesting actually.
So there's some speculation that they're going to release a volume 2 of Cardona set, but they're not advertising it as such to not piss people off, I guess.
Yeah. So I was pretty excited. My 4K release of Effects showed up yesterday, as well as Calvaire. I had those ordered, been waiting for them. So I'm excited to see how Effects looks in 4K because I love that movie. Really good.
I did watch it. It is good. I liked it.
Yeah. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to keep my my Blu-ray or if I'm going to punt it off somewhere.
Yeah, it all depends. Like, for example, I got Creepshow 4K last weekend. I wasn't going to, but I was at Best Buy and I went to get the Vacation 4K.
Yeah.
And I saw it there, and I'm like, I guess I'll go ahead and grab it. But I'm not going to get rid of my Blu-ray because it's got like the sweet box with
exactly.
and everything.
Yep.
So I may actually, but I meant to check earlier today to see if that 4K will just fit in there, and then maybe I'll get rid of the Blu-ray case itself and just
keep that. Okay. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. So and then Grindhouse Releasing's got a sale going right now. So I just ordered the. What's it called? That Shatner film they're putting out. Impulse. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
That looks like a lot of fun. I love a little Shat. Get a little Shat
actually,
in my life.
The first time I watched that, the first and only time I've seen that film was on some free app that played old movies over and over on my first iPod. That I got,
really?
iPod Video. Or iPod Touch. It was iPod Touch. Yeah, there was some app on there, and I fired it up, and that was like the first movie that was playing on there.
Nice.
And that's where I watched it, and it was good.
Nice. I think there are some other big sales going on right now. Is Ronin doing one?
I don't think Ronin is. They did one maybe a week or so ago.
Oh, Dark Forces has a sale.
Dark Forces got some stuff
for
freaking annoying prices because of I've paid way more than what these new things are up for now. That's so annoying.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of a pain in the ass.
Kino has a sale. I think
the
Kino going on.
Sale, yeah.
Yeah, I think there was like a Blue Underground sale somewhere, maybe at MVD. I can't remember.
Yeah, somebody had a Synapse sale going on, I thought.
Oh yeah. Maybe it was Synapse at a lot of sales. Vinegar and Severin are definitely the two big ones.
Those are the
Barnes and Nobles has their
Criterion sale. Yeah, I was actually browsing to see what's there that I still need, but
yeah, the only thing I want to get from them is Walkabout 4K when it comes out. I think I'm going to wait until like it goes to half price because I think the retail for that's $34, but on sale it'll be like 20 something.
Yeah.
And then I'm still up in the air. I sold my Picnic at Hanging Rock to Josh because I was going to buy the second sight 4K release.
Yeah.
But I've heard a lot of bad about it.
Really?
Yeah, that they actually scrubbed it and like got rid of the grain and stuff.
Are you serious?
So, yeah, and people are complaining that the people look waxy and stuff.
Yeah.
And well, that's weird. I've never heard any complaints on the second sight.
Yeah, second sight puts out beautiful stuff.
But then there's other people who are like, no, it looks amazing. I don't know what these people are talking about. So I don't know. So right now I don't have it. So I'm either going to rebuy the Criterion Blue or buy the 4K.
Make Josh give you that one back.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I think I sold it to him for about what I paid probably because I bought it on half price.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's hilarious. All right, kids. What else do we want to talk about before we wrap this motherfucker up?
I don't really think I have anything else to talk about other than all that bullshit I bought on the sales.
Yeah, I got nothing, honestly, man. I got nothing. It's been a weird week, guys. It's been a weird week. Really has. So we don't have a guest scheduled for next week, so we don't know what the fuck we're going to talk about.
Well, I know what we're doing next week.
What are we doing?
We're going to Crypticon.
Is that next week?
That's next Sunday.
Yeah, next week we're at fucking Crypticon.
On Sunday, so we will not be podcasting.
Yeah, we will not be podcasting.
We kind of will. Joey and I are going to be trying to get people to talk to us and recording it. So.
Right.
There you go.
What kind of people are you talking about? Just people walking around?
And famous people. And famous people. And
you ain't gonna do that.
What do you mean I can do that?
You got to pay to see the
I'm going to pay to see them, and then I'm going to ask them shit.
But yeah, I mean, you got to pay, and then you got to stand in the line for an hour or 2 hours, even to get up to them.
Listen,
depends on who it is.
100%. Mike Bracken, the horror geek, has told me more than once that you go to conventions, if you go to somebody's table and spend money, just give them a card with your shit and say, I do a podcast. We'd love to talk to you. About half of them will email you back and say, yeah, let's do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna pay for it, I thought you were gonna just try and walk up to the table. Like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Oh, if I see somebody random walking by, I'm just gonna like, whoa, hey, aren't you such and such?
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
The only time I saw that was Skeet Ulrich walking by at Monsterpalooza. That's the first time I've ever seen.
And I 100% would have talked to them.
They kind of shuffle away in the back where you can't really get to them.
Yeah.
Monsterpalooza was a little different though because they were all kind of right there. As you're walking down the hall, they were just sitting right there, which is a little different than like Crypticon or
You should ask some questions. Pull out your camera and ask some questions.
I'm not. I don't know. I can't do that.
So we got Crypticon coming. When are we going to see Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie?
That's in September sometime.
Yeah, September. So we're doing that. We're doing that, motherfucker. We'll be doing so we will probably be reporting about that on the show. Get some footage, talk to some people, see what's going on there. In September, we will be at the Alamo. Oh, hold on. What's that? Okay, yeah, I'll tell them. In September, we will be at the Alamo Draft House, first in St. Louis, Missouri, and then in Springfield, Missouri, with our good friend Lloyd Kaufman. Bloodfest, the podcast, presents Lloyd Kaufman double feature trauma goodness, sexy fun times. That's what we're calling it. So we'll be showing The Toxic Avenger and Shakespeare's Shitstorm, and Mr. Kaufman will be taking audience questions, and we'll be there to present the whole thing and moderate it. And we're definitely gonna come back and talk about that shit and have some footage. So, and I am still working on, guys, Summer. I'm gonna have to get my friend Summer to come on the show at some point.
Really?
Yeah, because you keep saying her name so much.
So, Lydia,
talk about her a lot. Yes.
Did you read the first page or 2 pages or whatever of the screenplay I shared in the thing the other day?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's in the chat. So these guys were pretty impressed. These guys are pretty impressed because I got their voices. So we're writing the Bloodfest movie. We're working on it now. I'm about
I'll
6.
Go look at it. I don't know how I missed it because
I'm about 6 pages in now to it. So that's about a 10th of the way.
Maybe Summer would like to be in that movie.
Yeah, well, I should get her to do it. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But yeah, I think I got you and Josh down pretty good, right?
Yeah,
your voices. So. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna be making a movie. And you guys are gonna be very excited about that. Where I'm writing a role for our good friend Larry Fessenden, and if Larry can't do it, we'll get someone else. I'm also writing a role for our good friend Lloyd Kaufman, Uncle Lloyd, and Lloyd will do it. I'm 100% sure, because God love him, he'll do anything. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna do this movie. I've even looked into how we can get distribution. I can get us up on Tubi and Amazon and Vudu and various other places.
Awesome.
Yeah. So when
a lot of good stuff coming up.
When the checks start rolling in and we start cashing those $2.47 checks, we'll know we've made it. So that's all I got, guys. You guys, nobody's got anything else?
Nope.
Okay, so it's probably time to go home and strip off my clothes and watch a movie.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I was gonna watch 2 movies, but then I got high. That reminds me, talk to your eye creatures, guys, and ask them if we can use like a clip of one of their songs for our outro.
Very good. I'll ask them.
Yeah, ask them. Ask them which song we can use for the outro, because we need a good outro song.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They may be able to even come up with something just for us.
Let's see if we can get them. Yeah.
I will.
We'll get them to do the music, and we'll rap the lyrics.
Oh my God.
Oh my
thanks.
God. That won't roll at all.
Okay, everybody. I've been Nate. I've been joined by Lydia, Casey, Joey. We wish Josh could have been here. It's very sad what happened. Hopefully.
And Summer, evidently.
And hopefully. Yeah. Someday we'll get her on. Someday Josh will get over that STD. Apparently, they don't know if he's going to get to keep his penis, but he should survive. So, for everybody, I've been Nate. This has been the show. Catchphrase.